Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at Injective, just going to see roughly what could happen next here with this coin and just help understand best practice, big picture. Speaking of best practice, very well done for everyone. Congrats to our community members for a nice 67% in roughly 7 days here from BSV. That's a short trade that we took last week. We've also got some profits from an older ENJ long, SUI long, and Gala long. So awesome profits, folks. Greatly appreciate the wonderful feedback. Happy it's working well for you. If you're interested in checking that out, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below where you can register for my trade signals and, of course, help understand what goes into those trades with the trade setups as well. So let's talk a little bit about Injective. What's happening here with this coin? Well, pretty straightforward. We're actually looking at a pretty significant increase here. And what I basically mean by that is that with this continuation that we're seeing right now, it is very strong. Now, taking a look at the RSI, it's like, okay, this can't go any further, can it? We're at 93. In its history, it's never truly done this. Now, we can kind of see that it stops usually at about, I don't know, low 90s. But it's, for the most part, it's not a coin that typically will ramp up this long. Okay, now we did have a nice little continuation here for quite a few days, and that did end up resulting in a return, basically a rejection at about 85 on RSI. So again, just bring this to your attention. It doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to drop like a rock now, but there is truth in the sense that we are overextended, and we have been for some time, and this continuation should only last a short while longer. It doesn't make a ton of sense for this coin to continue, again, unless there's a massive fundamental catalyst. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's kind of where we're at here with this coin. Now, with the 4 hour, that's where things kind of get a little interesting here. And the reason why I say that is just because we have this ascending type of pattern here where we just tested the 20-day SMA and continued higher. So until we break below the 20-day SMA, I personally think this coin is going to continue. So I think that's a pretty strong indicator of this momentum that we're in, this momentous trend. We can also see, of course, that we converge in the MACD as well. So this could be the beginning of the next leg up. Now, we do oftentimes want to see where liquidity lies. There was probably some previous liquidity that was swept already. So keep in mind, this is a very common occurrence where the price hits a high, retests it again, and then blasts through, and oftentimes use it as support to continue to leg up. Okay, so we want to be mindful of this level here, this rough estimate about 1287. That's going to be a point I'm going to want to pay attention to. Okay, so just a level to be mindful of. Another thing to be mindful of is the fair value gap that we have, just below the price action here. Okay, now it's not a guarantee this is going to get filled, because if you see some previous ones like these ones are still untouched. Okay, now it doesn't necessarily mean that we're just going to have to hit those, but there's a possibility those will get filled eventually. Just say, for example, Bitcoin trends towards 30,000, breaks 30,000, goes lower, then we would probably see those kind of price points. If Bitcoin can maintain itself in the 33, 34, 35,000 range, we can see this coin's probably going to continue to do well. But if you see right here, this fair value gap, this hasn't been filled yet, that would be probably the more likely candidate if the price were to come down and essentially bounce. Okay, that's probably going to be a bouncing point too for our Elliott Wave, at least a close approximate to that. We can kind of see these ranges here between 1220 and 1125. That is effectively an area in which we want to pay attention to, because we do have a decent amount of volume here, and we can also kind of see that if Elliott Wave was to play out and this is the top, this would be the next bottom, is at 1125. Okay, so the price breaks down below this plane here at about 1290 right there, and there's a good chance that the price action will continue to retest this level. Okay, pretty standard patterns that we're seeing here with this coin, minus the massive overextension. Taking a look at kind of the more immediate overextension, we're about 4 hour candles in, so we're about 20 hours in this continuation. So that is all well and good, nothing super concerning. We do have, unfortunately here, a pretty massive overextension on the hourly, but you got to keep in mind the hourly, it doesn't just turn around because it hits a 9 on the hourly. It'll oftentimes continue much further, especially with this momentum. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a second 9, the price legs up once more. But there's two possible scenarios. We break through this little resistance here at about 1370 and continue much further. It does have a lot of amplitude or momentum, if you will. Or, of course, it breaks down, continues to this 1125, 1130 range, and kind of continues from there. So I think we're going to probably likely see the price consolidate in this range and then leg up, because once more, we got this lower liquidity level here, and a lot of times I like to sweep that liquidity and then continue in the same direction. So just keep in mind, market movers have some a little bit of sell side liquidity, and of course, if you saw in the 4 hour time frame that fair value gap, these two areas should get filled. So my anticipation is 11.25 will get retested if we do not continue to, if we do not break above or stay above 12.90 rather. Okay, so long story short here, we're in a situation where this price will probably continue upwards. We want to kind of expect that to happen. If it doesn't and we break below this level, then I think once we break down below 12.90, there's a solid chance we'll see 11.25 retested. So I'm going to be looking for kind of a break below this level. So I'm going to set an alert at this range so I can come back and kind of reevaluate and see if it's worth getting in if the price comes below and closes below this level here. Okay, so again, we're looking for a larger time frame closure at the 12.90 or lower. That's essentially what we're looking at there. Okay, so that's pretty much all we got here for this coin. Oh, very last thing, actually, why don't we just take a quick look at the cloud, and just to confirm, it does tell us essentially to leave our position open. We're in a good place to not consider shorting just yet because it has the momentum. The lag and span's free and clear. So honestly, we probably got another 24 hours before this coin is a consideration for a short. So please understand that. Also, future reference, if you want to follow us on Twitter, Telegram, or Discord, links down below for that. I send out playout charts and keep you up to date on a lot of important things. So appreciate the feedback I've been receiving there as well. You're all awesome. I look forward to work with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, Crypto Cash Premium is an awesome reward here. System link down below. Check that out. We only have a few slots left available, and just want to make sure you're aware of that. So reach out if you have any questions. I look forward to working with you again. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.